Hey everyone, I am Orry and welcome to my thoughts overall on the Keynote for FF14 Evercold. Honestly, the hype is real. It's been a couple of days now, so just had a chance to kind of digest and think about everything. I tried to record this once on Saturday and I wasn't happy with it in the end, so I decided not to post, and I thought I'd have another couple of days just to have a think about it. So this video is basically just going to be me talking about my thoughts on the keynote in general and some of the things they mentioned. I won't be going through the actual keynote itself. I would highly recommend going watching the VOD on either Twitch or YouTube. I'd very much so. In fact, I will leave a link in the description to that VOD, just so it's easy for you to go. My opening point is the trailer itself. I do have a reaction, like a initial reaction to it on the channel. So if you want to go watch that, feel free. That would be much appreciated. Always appreciate the support, and then leave a comment for what you thought about it. Honestly, excited. It looked cool. Love that Meteor is a Reaper this expansion. Love that. I got my friends memeing on me already because I am a big Reaper fanboy. So they're already making memes on me already, which is cool. But the trailer looked awesome. Love this Indian dropkick. I just look cool. The areas look so pretty. It's the usual. It's a good teaser trailer. It's just, yeah, big fun. I think I've watched it an extra good couple of times. It's just awesome. I thought about doing a thoughts, a little, I can't even think of the word. Anyway, not a thoughts video, but my what I think is going to happen. But I will refrain on that one. However, let's cover more stuff. So the trailer was absolutely phenomenal, and it was a good start, and then Yoshi-P appeared on stage, as per the usual. They started addressing it Evercold, and the fact that it's out in January is crazy. With the time, which means the media tour will be pretty soon after the JP Fan Fest, if not straight into the media tour. Because that'll end on the 1st of November, which means there'll be November and December. I have a feeling it'll be late January. So there'll be, I think, obviously November, December, and most of January to get media tour and all that kind of the job action trailer and everything done now and all that kind of stuff. So that's my thoughts of why it'll be late January. But I'm honestly so excited for it to even happen. I don't want to wish my year away, but yeah, it is a pretty elite keynote. My thoughts on some of the areas. They look amazing. One of the towns was simply phenomenal. When he said they stepped up their game with it, yeah, you can see it. It looks crazy good. Yeah, just can't wait. And then they went into an evolution of basically R14's changing, and the first mention of tomes. The fact that they know tomes are monotonous and the game needs to change after all this time, I agree with the sentiment. It's nice to have the same thing, but after the game's been out for the period it has, and it's always been the same cycle. While that's comforting, it gets boring after 13 years, 2013 to 26. Yeah. So I welcome the change. Switching from daily to weekly is a sensational change. I'm so excited for that. Because daily it's hard when everyone's got busy lives. And there's still going to be obviously things you can do daily, I would assume. But weekly progression for your character is just so much better, and it's just great. The initial UI that they showed looked pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of FF13's party screen. Looks pretty cool. Obviously it's subject to change, but it looks awesome. The One of the big things they mentioned, eye level sync, crazy good. I think that's awesome. We don't know how like materia melding and like how that actually like the gear and the syncing works. That we're gonna have to wait for. I'm excited to see what gets mentioned about that. I'm hoping also with this kind of system now existing, and obviously it depends what they do with materia, it's my hope that you can assign stats. Even if you have to assign it with materia or whatever, that's fine, because obviously they need gills to be dumped somewhere. But it would be really nice not to have, like, if gear is just a syncable thing, like being able to have just spell speed on Black Mage and not have any issue of it being on somebody on Red Mage, or having a bit of skill speed on X job when another job doesn't like it, etc, etc. That makes it even more approachable, because obviously this is really good and it allows like you potentially to do one fight on Reaper because it's better for Reaper, or more enjoyable for you. And then Samurai maybe benefits better in another fight on Monk or Ninja or even Black Mage. That kind of jumping around would be really cool. We don't know at the moment kind of how materia meldings and what that actually fully means for gearing. Only that you can sync your lower jobs to your higher jobs as long as they are max level, which is just simply awesome. Simply awesome. They mentioned an introduction of seasons, which everyone lost their mind of, and when I thought about it, I was like, interesting. But it's just a naming convention. Basically, everything they can do is just, season 1 will contain this. I reckon that's probably... When they mentioned it, it sounds like a battle pass, it sounds like that kind of vibe, but he assured that there would be no battle pass or anything of that kind of vibe. For me, it might be good for road mapping. If they can turn around and go, okay, cool, in this season, this is what you're getting, it's very easy and everyone can go, okay, cool, for the next 6 months or whatever it'll be, which they also mentioned they were also going to try and shorten the patch, or like the time in between patches, which is also cool. Nothing on that as of yet, might be in a future FanFest. But I am excited to see what like that kind of gap, because it has got it's not quite larger, but it has been larger this expansion. But for sure, should be cool. Any less time. But I'm assuming that's the kind of vibe they're going for. It's season 1, boosh, like this is what it is, and a season is 2 patches. It is an even number patch and an odd number patch, so it's 0.0 and 0.1, or 0.2 and 0.3. So that is a season. So I think there should be 3 seasons, an expansion. Generally, like if we stay on the same formula for patches. Maybe the last season is slightly different because it's always elongated for... but then again, the season would just be longer. I don't really think so. But it was crazy good. I can't think of any person who could even be upset about that. It's just one of the best things they could ever have mentioned. And I'm excited to play more jobs and maybe jump into Savage and Extremes more accessible. Because you don't have to kind of bother with having 500 things like fully geared. Again, it remains to be seen. Then they started talking about something that was really big, and I can only talk about EU because that's where I play. When you try to raid on Chaos, you have to go up to line to use the party finder and stuff like that. And they mentioned the addition of same region matchmaking. And this isn't even something that's just coming in 8.0. This will be added beforehand, which is sensational. It's going to be tested in JP first and then start to roll out to NAEU, which is awesome. Big fan of that. And then it also includes the party finder. The game will feel so much more alive. And it'd be nice to just be able to stay on Chaos and also raid on like light and related stuff. Just in general, I think the queues will pop quicker. That kind of vibe. The game will feel much more alive and much more just together, which is just, it's just healthy for the game. It's just good, and the fact that we have that technology is really good. It's almost good, and the fact that it's coming before the expansion is, it's awesome. Another bit, the next little bit I wanted to cover is the switch on the... Well, it's not a switch. They've probably always had this kind of vibe, but character design and their focus on it, making our characters more unique. They know how much we like our Warrior of Light, we know how much they connect with them. So stuff mentioning of like new animations for skills, or like personal animations, like different, maybe Enshroud has a different one, or Commudio, or Midare, like having different animations, which also, because we can do that, how they implement them, we shall see. I mean, heck, I'll do a duty 100 or 1,000 times if there's achievements to be able to get them. Make me play the game to get these animations, or if I can buy them with MGP, or if I can buy them with Gil, or I'm expecting there's going to be some that you can buy via the Bog Station. It only makes sense that they will be there, but I do hope, I don't mind that being an option as long as there are farmable versions in the game. Like, there has to be a nice balance, in my opinion. Like, you can have them on the cash shop, don't mind that, but have some in game as well, which would be really cool. That also does lead into the potential of other, and this actually was brought up on a Q&A, which is why I'm glad this video didn't go up on Saturday. Someone mentioned, and Yoshi P mentioned himself, because of the mention of custom animations for skills, stuff like teleport animations, or just different animations in general. You're gonna get these questions all the time that, oh, can you do this? Can you do that one? Can you do this one? And I think it's fair. Custom teleport animations, again, also cool. Something to have. It's just something a little bit more unique to you and stuff. I just think it's awesome. I think it should be a thing. And yeah, I'm all down for it. They showed the color pickers for all of the races. Like, now your skin color could be literally anything. You don't just have to use the predefined, like, this is it. Like, this is what your race has. Bleh. Which is good. Like, much more. There's... It just makes your character more unique. And you can do a lot more with them, which is great. It would be nice. They did mention that they're looking to do more with character creation in the future. It's not just an 8.0 thing. They want to continue it across the 8.x series, which is good, because I would love to see more things, not color-based, not like color pickers and stuff, but potentially like take Aura, for example. They have a very set face for a set of horns. Now, if you could have face 1 with horn 2, or face 1 with horn 4, or face 4 with horn 1, that would be, again, awesome. That kind of vibe, or more eye options, or more hairs, just something we've already got, or just the ear options, mouth options, like all that kind of stuff. They showed off like more eyeliner and like more like layered like tattoos and stuff, I think, or like face markings and like all that kind of stuff, which looks awesome. Again, and the same for your lips, I think, which is gonna look cool. Should be exciting stuff. Again, more of the uniqueness. I'm a big fan of that. But my wish for the future is like more choices, like more eye choices, more mouth choices, different faces connecting choices and stuff like for Ra and all that kind of stuff. Just more into it, like more actual just customization, for want of a better word. So yeah, that should be cool. Again, it only bodes well, like being able to make your character unique. They want you to, we all want to just connect with our character, be it because you like them or because it's an extension of yourself or like that kind of stuff. It's just the way it is. So yeah, it's our character. We want them to look cool, and I want to look cool doing it. Obviously they mentioned the new job that's going to be a tank, which has got the MT, the main tank. I'll mention that when I get onto kind of a little bit later. And then it's physical ranged. Here, the t-shirt he wore was a Ritterton one, who has like 2 big shields on his arm type vibe. That would say to me, especially with the mention with the display of how main tanks work, with like counters and stuff, it's the tank, which we will find out in the Berlin Fan Fest. fine by me. Happy with that. Very excited to see what that is. And then physical range, rejoice! You finally get a 4th. Yay! We're in. We expected the like this to be the case, but it should be really exciting, I think. And then you have the situation of, and I will go back. I'll kind of loop back around. I've missed a point out to begin with. I think it loops right around. The complete overhaul. It's not an overhaul, but there's a new mode. So there's a reborn mode for combat. There's a reborn mode and evolved mode. Now, when they first mentioned this, I was apprehensive, and so much so I was like, oh, okay. And then they mentioned they were going to show it in a dev panel, and generally I go to sleep before the dev panel because I'm EU. It was like 11 o'clock until like 1 a.m. But I decided I wanted to stay up and watch it, and I'm glad I did, because it settled a lot in my mind and made me super excited for what's to come, and started thinking about, oh, how would I want Reaper to play, or Viper to play, or Samurai to play. And it, like, honestly, it just bodes well. I'm really excited. There was, I'll mention it more, but there was one situation of, and again, we don't know, so I can't turn around and say, well, I don't like this. I'm actually super excited for Evolve mode. I just hope for tanks they haven't got rid of the AoE combo. Or a combo for AoE, because Shield Lob was AoE in Evolved mode. I just hope that that's not all you press while your burst is on, or the way you play in Evolved mode is on cooldown. I doubt it. I don't think they'd do that, because that would be the most boring thing on the earth. But Evolved mode looks super exciting. Everything they're doing on 16 buttons is cool. The system itself is just awesome. You could have 30 skills, but they're all on 16 buttons. That's cool by me. It's like having the combo, the chain combos is a great idea, because pressing 1, 1, 1 opposed to pressing 1, 2, 3 it is just fundamentally the same. Doesn't make it any easier, doesn't make it any harder. It just saves hotbar space, which is fine by me. Makes it easier on controller users, makes it easier on key bindings for PC players. Yeah, you can think, even as a person so I used to, when I first played Viper, I wasn't the biggest fan of its condensed of the chain combo. And it took me a little bit to get used to. Because I like pressing lots of buttons. Like, I like pressing lots of different buttons, I should say. Not lots of buttons. Lots of different buttons, like my hand always moving. But I got used to it, and I was just like, this is just a good idea. Like, it's fine. So yeah, the Reborn mode, I think, this is me personally, I think within a couple of expansions, it will go. This is my thought process. Let me hear what you guys think in the comments. Be intrigued. Anything I've said, by the way, I'd love to have open discussions. So anything you say, even if you disagree with me, I mean, feel free. And I'm happy with it. Just let's have a constructive discussion in the comments, or yeah, just something. 14's made me super hype again. I took a break, and then I am back with a vengeance, and I'm really enjoying making videos. You guys, the recent support on a bunch of the videos as well has been really cool. So just if you've got anything you guys just want to chat about, then I would love that. I do just love having discussions about 14. It has been a big part of my life for 13 years, and will continue to be going forward, hopefully. But I've lost track of thought here. But yeah, I think it's kind of on its way out within 2 expansions. And the reason I say this is because Evolve mode, they mentioned, is slightly stronger, which it's fine. In terms of balance, it's not really going to matter. And the newer jobs are only in Evolved mode, which I reckon by 10.0, when you've got 6 jobs exclusively on Evolved mode, that's assuming we continue the same formula of 2 jobs each expansion, you will have 6 jobs exclusively on Evolved mode. And by that point, you'll have had another 6 years to get used to Evolved mode, to which I think they will fizzle out Reborn mode's combat and just switch to Evolved, which I think is honestly fair, because it might get a little bit too much when you're when there are already 21 jobs that have a reborn, and then you'll have a further 6 jobs on evolve, as well as the other 21 jobs having evolved as well. Just becomes too much to deal with, I think. So I think they will fizzle it out. I think it's a good idea what they've done, because as people get used to it, they can still enjoy the game currently. As it stands, they don't just want to switch to an entirely new system and people go, uproar, and it fall on its ass, essentially. So what they've done is a good system. I just don't think Reborn mode's here to stay for the... I think for the extended future, maybe like 2 expansions I reckon it's safe for. But I don't think anything beyond that. I think by 10.0 it's gone. Personally, that's personally. I could be completely wrong, and this could age like milk. And it could very much be here to stay. They might just keep updating it. But who knows? But I am super excited for that. The mention of evolving the battles. Adding a 3rd tier between Savage and Normal. Now they mentioned it was about a 20% clear rate for Savage, or it was about, and I think it said 80% for Normals. So somewhere in between. I'm intrigued to see how the gearing goes for that, and like how the weekly content is for that. Whether you can clear, because obviously you can currently clear Normal and Savage, or whether gearing will be in a such way you can clear Normal, get a normal piece. You can get, I don't know, call it Extreme for the giggles, an Extreme piece, and then you can go into Savage and get like Savage pieces as well to help with gearing in some way, or whether it would be more beneficial to just go in to get some extreme gear and then challenge Savage. This should be awesome. And Ultimate is here to stay. They already mentioned Ultimate is staying, so Raiders pop off. They said hardcore Raiders. Obviously, it's not pigeonholed to them, because anyone can do Ultimate Raiders, but it's that piece of content that the hardcore gamers really enjoy. But I think everybody really enjoys Ultimate. It's its own little battle. It's cool. If it's not for you, then fantastic. But I recommend everyone should try an Ultimate. They're very, very good fun. Just don't like push yourself too hard is the thing. Just kind of go about it at your own pace. They also mentioned that there was going to be other new content, which obviously there's going to be. What that new content is, they didn't mention a chaotic. But I hope there will be another chaotic. I only got to do obviously this one, but I think it's good content. It is good content. I still need to go back and get the mounts and stuff. It's really good, and I think it should stay. If they keep doing deep dungeons and all that kind of stuff, this is also good. Depends what kind of like patch cycle we get and like what the roadmap for the seasons look like. It was awesome, and then. Our last little 2 thoughts. Switch 2 version of 14. Now, personally, there's 2 subscriptions, which is a bit mad. Your normal subscription is a little bit on top. Which I had a feeling there'd be something. I just thought it would be your normal Switch one, but it's slightly different. Which, whatever, despite they've managed to sort something out. It's a shame that you've got to pay essentially 2 subscriptions, which I might try it out. I just want to see what it's like on the Switch too. It'll be funny. But I obviously don't see myself subbing on top of my current sub for the long haul. It could be fun, but yeah. But it looks good. It looked good. It looks like it ran well. I just want to mess around, do a little raid on it potentially. We'll see how that runs. That'll obviously, the evolved mod will play very well into that kind of controllery vibe as well. And then my finishing thoughts is the message from the CEO at the end of the keynote. Now he spoke about how Yoshi P went to him and basically said, "Give us the support, and I will make this game into like the biggest thing." Which 14's not small by any stretch of the means. And he said, is it even possible? Like, what you want, like this vision you have for the game. And it does make you wonder what he has. But the CEO is assuring the support. And I made a meme while I was on stream saying, because he said, we'll give you support. I was like, I'll just give them 500 mil. It's not how it works. Don't worry, I'm not stupid. I'm not that stupid. But he says 14 is going to get all the support it needs, and I hope it does, because this keynote was an absolute gigantic W and an amazing way to start the hype for the expansion. It was crazy, crazy good, crazy, crazy exciting. I've seen the flood on Twitter and the flood on social media, the positivity and the amount of people returning to 14 is crazy. Like, so exciting. I think the new saga, the Godless saga, should be fun, and the implications of the teaser trailer and what could be coming of Azem and stuff. It is super, like, it is elite, I think. So I cannot even wait for the patch and the story and the MSQ and the way it's going to lead. I'm so excited. I've rambled on for 25 minutes, so I will leave you with that one. Long live FF14. And here's to excitement and more videos and just more content incoming and a very, very awesome lead to the expansion. I will be bringing you all the news, all the thoughts, all the discussions, and many other 14 videos along the way beforehand. There are a few videos I thought about doing, but I might not bother now. There's like combat related, like job related ones, like combat ones. But with the changes, maybe not until the expansion. I've got some cool ideas. They're flowing in me. If there's anything you guys want to see, potentially, I will just pop it in the comments. I will happily have a look and see if I can make a video from it. But thank you so much for listening to me ramble for 25 minutes. I know it's a little bit long. But if you're as excited as I am for Evercold, yeah, just bang it in the comments, point hype, or whatever you want to put. Super excited. Only a couple of months until Berlin. I will be there. I cannot wait. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Take care and peace.